So we are discussing about the distillation. In this, there are three types of the distillation that we are going to study: TVP, ASTM, and EFB, one by one. Let us take the first one, that is a TVP distillation and its curve. So TVP distillation, this is a standard distillation method, and its standard number is ASTM D2892. And this method is simply a batch distillation type, but it requires the large number of stages and a very high reflux ratio. So what happened here, due to the large number of stages and high reflux ratio, the temperature at any point on the temperature volumetric curve represent the actual, that is a true boiling point of that hydrocarbon materials present at that particular time or the particular volume percent. That is why this has the name as true boiling point or the TVP distillation. Normally we refer the method is 15 by 5 distillation, that is 15 theoretical plates and 5 is the reflux ratio. And this TVP distillation is very much useful to characterize the crude oil, and that's why it is mainly carried out for the crude oil, because it gives so many information regarding the crude acid. There is a simulation method for the TVP distillation, and their number is a 2 ASTM D2887. That basically gives the TVP data of crude oil by the simulation distillation. So it is slightly different from the TVP distillation. And to carry out the TVP experiment, we need a very sophisticated type of the instrument where we can carry out. For example, this is the graph, this is one of the image where we can go for the TVP distillation, and you can also see the diagram. This is the second diagram where you can go for the TVP distillation, because it can run for both atmospheric and vacuum. So we need to maintain all these materials in terms of vacuum distillation also. And if we are going to develop the distillation TVP distillation curve, how it looks like, for example, if we are going to carry out the distillation curve of a binary system where A is 70%, and B is 30%. So if you look here, that gives the curve, the TVP curve will look like this shown here. At the 70% you can obtain the component A, and after that you can obtain the component B, and this is because of the reflux ratio. Now come to the second part, that is the ASTM distillation. So ASTM distillation have a number D86 and ASTM 1160. Sorry. And it is run in a very specified type of flask that is known as an Engler flask. That is why sometimes we call this ASTM distillation as a Engler distillation. And it is normally carried out at the non-fractionation type of batch distillation at the atmospheric pressure also. So in this one, no packings are there and there are no refluxes, but a very small reflux because of the heat losses through the neck of the flask. We all know about, because we have carried out this experiment in our lab. Normally ASTM distillation is used for the petroleum products, not for the crude oil, and ASTM distillation is a very widely used as compared to the TVP distillation, because it is simpler, less expensive, require less sample, and require only approximately 1/10 as much time as compared to the TVP. And ASTM distillation are very much standardized, where the TVP distillation normally have procedures and apparatus and manual. So you can say the ASTM is more versatile as compared to the TVP distillation. Also, this method is used for gasoline, aviation turbine fuels, naphtha, kerosene, gas oil. Means petroleum products. All the petroleum products are basically can be used for the finding out the ASTM distillation that is given here. And I have told you that it can be run at atmospheric pressure, and thermometer means exposed thermometer is used here, so we can find out the temperature also. And the ASTM D86 distillations are plotted in volume percent with reference to temperature. And if you see the diagrams or the images of the ASTM, you all know about this one. These are the images of a standard ASTM distillation process. There are one very basically a specific method for the ASTM distillation, that is a D1160. This is also the ASTM distillation curve, and it is used for the heavy petroleum products, not the lighter one, and that can be defined by the next line, that it vaporizes partially or completely at a maximum liquid temperature of 750 degree Fahrenheit at absolute pressure down to 1 mmHg and condense at the pressure of the test. Means you have not gone for the lighter fractions, you have to do the ASTM of 1160 for the heavier products, because normally it can be carried out at a lower pressure between the 1 mmHg to 50 mmHg absolute, and also you can measure the temperature by the thermocouple. So the curve is also plotted against the volume percentage, and the diagrams of the images for the ASTM D1160 can be shown here, because we need the vacuum in the ASTM. This 1160, that is a standard method, that is not D86, where we can go for the vacuum distillation of the products, especially for the heavier products. And if come to the ASTM distillation curve, how it looks like, so we have taken the same sample as in the case of the TBP, where A is 70%, B is 30%, that is a binary mixture. If you carried out this binary mixture in the ASTM distillation, you can obtain a curve, a continuous curve, that is given here. So this is about how it looks like for the binary system. Now come to the third type of distillation, that is the EFB distillation. So EFB distillation is basically equilibrium flash vaporization distillation. It can be run for the atmospheric pressure, for above atmospheric pressure, and even vacuum pressure. And that is the important thing, is that the initial boiling point of EFB is also known as bubble point of the fraction under study, and the final boiling point is known as a dew point. So equilibrium flash vaporization is a very much as equilibrium data is developing for the bubble point and dew point. And the EFB curve is very much useful for designing of the phase behavior of liquids that are going to be very much useful for the designer in the refinery. But there are some limitations. They are not run very much as compared to the TBP and ASTM, because of the time and the expenses involved, because it takes a lot of time and a very highly expensive process. That's why we have to limit the EFB to the crude oil only, not go for the products. And if you look like the curves, how it looks like, so curves is shown here for the same case, means A is 70% and B is 30% of binary mixture. So curve is like this one, means a continuous one, you cannot differentiate the A and B. So the last slide that related with the curves is simulation distillation. As I have already explained, that this is the replacement of the TBP one, D2887. So simulation distillation by the GC is carried out. It required hardly 1 to 2 minutes, because it just give the result within 2 minutes. Gas chromatography, this is a special type of equipment required here, and the advantages is that the boiling point distribution of the petroleum products by the conventional GC is a very rapid analytical tool, means the time is very less, even because sample amount is very small, so it's not even expensive also. So it is widely used to replace the conventional distillation method for the control of refinery operations and specifications. So this is all about the different types of the distillation curves. In the next slide will discuss about the comparison of the distillation curves. Thank you.